type of fate.
This is the way. Truth is, I am Iron Man.
Tells me the most relentless.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Film Optix, brought to you by the Drive-In Podcast Network. We discuss film, TV, and everything pop culture related. I'm your host, Christian, and I'm joined by the man himself, Devin, and a special guest, Amanda from Candid Cinema. And in this episode, we're going to be discussing Fear Street, Part 3, 1666. And before we begin today's show, you can listen to our podcast on platforms around the internet. And if you're a new or seasoned listener, and we love to, I always mess up on that part. We would love to hear from you guys. If you're a new or seasoned listener, follow us over at Film Optix on Twitter and Instagram. Wanted to start off the podcast by introducing Amanda from Candid Cinema back on yet again for part 3. She couldn't get enough, so she's back. How are you?
Our Fear Street friend.
Yes, I would love to be dubbed the Fear Street friend. I'm so happy to be back and talking about part 3, the end of the trilogy. I'm excited.
That's good. That's good. And Devin, the man himself, the Screen King. I don't know what to call you. What's up?
I actually just finished watching it, so it's pretty fresh.
Man, oh man. I watched it soon. And by the way, thank you, Netflix. We wanted to say this before. Thank you, Netflix, for providing us a screener of this film. I literally watched it as soon as I got home. I was like, Devin texted me. He's like, we got it. I was like, yes.
It seems like other than Hulu, I'd say Netflix is definitely the most responsive for screeners.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Yes. I mean, for American people, I guess.
I mean,
I get shafted all the time. It's okay.
I don't know. You and HBO, or that you guys are best buddies. I don't know about that one. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't even know. I'm like, should I reach out for Space Jam? But like, nah.
I did. I didn't hear anything back. So, oh well, it is what it is.
Exactly.
I'm seeing it Saturday, so
me too.
It'll be a lot of fun.
I'm
I
excited.
know Leo's seeing it right now as of this recording. So, congratulations to Leo for getting that screener, seeing it in theaters, not at home, not the way that we enjoyed or experienced Black Widow at home, but it is what it is. But yeah, so we are here talking Fear Street Part 3, 1666. My gosh, what a long, crazy ride it has been. I'm itching to get into it. But was there anything you guys wanted to any news? What you guys have been up to this week? How's your week been? Before we get into the nice little review here.
I have a lot of stuff to get through. I thought this week would be calm. Like I say that every single week, and then I'm like, oh my God, I have an entire list of things to get through. So I transcribed an article today. So I have a couple of like articles, reviews coming out the next couple of days, but it's just stacked. It's completely stacked. And I just got a television series to kind of watch. So I was like, great. I have to add that to the pile. But yeah, I'm excited. It's an exciting week because there's a lot of content.
That's good. Yeah, the Emmy nominations came out today.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
WandaVision. Don't you? But like 23 nominations is excessive.
Excessive.
Didn't Mandalorian get more?
Yeah, which is also excessive.
It got nominated last year.
The fact that Don Cheadle got one for Falcon and the Winter Soldier just makes me die of laughter.
Honestly, Carl Lumbly, who played Isaiah, should have had that spot over him. But I'm like, okay, Don Cheadle.
I think Don Cheadle commented, he's like,
he's like, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense.
He was there for like one episode.
Someone commented like, oh my God, you can just give it back to someone, or like give the position back or the nomination back to someone who actually deserves it. So Don Cheadle quote tweeted and he's like, do you know how the Television Academy works?
You don't choose it.
Oh,
no.
God.
That's really so. I bestow my nomination on this song. No, that's not how it works. If that were the case, we would have gotten a lot of different Oscar winners here or there. I feel like so.
Yeah, Anthony Hopkins would have given that one up last year.
100%.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. If I'm sure after he's won it, I don't know if he can send it to their family as a. I really don't know how all that works.
I think it's possible because I know that even with the Golden Globes, like this is an entirely different situation. But Tom Cruise literally gave back the trophies to the Academy. He's like, I don't need this, and he gave it back
to the Academy. Can he give it to someone else besides the Academy?
I'm sure it could be interchangeable.
I'm very, very curious to see how all that plays out. But without further ado, we're about to dive in to our Fear Street Part 3 1666 review right after this.
The devil has come and cast his darkness over us. And his darkness grows within each of us.
All right. And we are back with our Fear Street Part 3 1666 review. As always, we will get into non-spoilers first. And when you hear this bad boy, that means that we're going to get into spoilers. But we're not there yet. We will let you guys know. But I wanted to go around the show really quick, get everyone's first initial reactions as to what they thought. We'll start with Devin because it is super fresh in his mind, and he just watched it a few, literally within the past 2 hours. Devin, go ahead and give us your thoughts.
Well, for me, this was a tale of two halves. The first half, I was not enjoying it. I just was taken out of the story completely. I was just begging for them to get back to 1994. I was like, please take me back. And then the second half, when they're back in the 94 era, I was like, yes, this is what I want. This is fun. And this is all the action and everything I needed. But that first half, just not for me.
Okay. All right. Amanda?
I'm curious to hear what you think, because you're the period piece king.
I don't know if I'm the king. I want to put that, but
period piece prince.
The prince. There we go. Amanda, what are your thoughts? Choose your words wisely. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, I had the exact same feeling. Like I wanted to love the first half. I did, because it was really interesting how they kept the exact same characters, from I don't know if that's a spoiler or not, but it's in the trailer.
It's in the trailer. Yeah.
So I really love that they integrated all the characters from first and second installment in this one to kind of tell the story. And there's a familiarity to that also links to the other two installments. So I enjoyed that and I tried to get into it. But it was a bit slow for my liking. I didn't think the performances were as strong as they were in the other
those
two
Irish
films.
accents.
It was rough, guys. It wasn't Irish, and then it was Irish, then it was a British accent. It was all over the place. But it was an interesting story. It was really interesting to see Sarah Fier and her story. But yeah, once the 1994 kicked in, I was really, really just excited to see how they were going to end this. But yeah, I tried. It was good. It was strong, kept me invested. And then it did feel like two different films being smashed together.
And it was really almost exactly the half, because I was looking at at the time, just waiting for it to switch, and then I checked and it was an hour, exactly an hour.
Checking on the time,
and I was
breaking my heart over here.
No, but it's true, because I'm like, oh my god, when are they gonna get
back?
Yeah, I was worried that they weren't.
Yeah,
that it would have been 90% 66, how the second one was almost all 78.
Yeah, this one was definitely split up into two. And I didn't actually check the time marker to see. So is it around the halfway mark pretty much?
Yeah, it's about an hour.
Okay, that's what I thought then. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Because it was very my thoughts, I liked the 1666, the first part of it. My only gripe is that I kind of wish we would have seen more of the actual actor who played Sarah Fier, not Dina.
Yeah.
Because it just would have, at least for her, it would have felt more in real with what was going on. Because it's like, hey, you know, everyone else can play their parts, but for Sarah Fier, let's, you know, the girl that we've been showing for the past two movies, let's have her, you know, have her time to shine. I mean, we do get a little bit of that. We'll get into that in the spoiler section, but that was my number one gripe, and then number two was the the Irish accents. I mean, it didn't bug me as much because I did get used to it after a while, because it's like, okay, like it's here, you know, it's not going anywhere. Like this is what they decided to do. And I was like, okay, like it's fine. I just, next time it's okay.
I also wasn't feeling the hair for the dudes, like, because I just couldn't recognize them.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
Who is this person?
Yeah, there was like 3 people who looked exactly, like 4 of the guys looked exactly the same. I was like, give them a ponytail or something.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't differentiate them at all.
Yeah, it was rough. But yes, and like I knew, like I had a feeling, of course, they were going to go back to 1994, but we'll get into that when the spoilers. But it does switch back. And that I was like, okay, you know, this is more. There is more of, you know, the stabby slasher genre is more in the second half than it is in the first half. The first half is more obviously like witchcraft and kind of just like this plague that has kind of cursed the land. But I thought they did a decent job. Like I wasn't like blown away. I wasn't expecting to be blown away, but I did like it, and I definitely will rewatch it. As Amanda said right before, like I plan on rewatching all 3 this weekend back to back to back.
Well, technically it is 4 because there's a title screen halfway through.
Technically it is 4. It's all right. Yeah. That was So yeah, we'll get into that here in a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much my overall thoughts. Like I did really enjoy it. I'm still trying to figure out which one I enjoyed the most. Kind of goes back and forth, but I don't know. Well, before we get into spoilers so far, what would you guys rank them as a first watch?
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
2, 1, 3. I really like 2.
Okay. Yeah. At first, as soon as I was done with 1666, I went 1, 3, 2. But now I don't know, because I really enjoyed Sadie Sink's performance.
That's another issue I had with the third one. She's just kind of not there.
A lot of the other characters were kind of there. They were kind of like more of the background characters, especially the actors from the first film. So it does like this. It was focused more on Sarah, and you know we will get more into that, because I thought it was very like the twist was very interesting. I was like, oh, was not expecting that whatsoever. Threw me for a complete loop. But is there anything else you guys wanted to get off your mind before we dive into spoilers?
I will mention we did find out that there was a third Stranger Things actor in the third movie. I didn't catch it, but I saw it in the IMDb.
Oh, do tell.
Sarah Fier's father is acted by Randy Havens, who was Mr. Clark in Stranger Things, the teacher.
Hey.
I didn't even recognize him.
The power of transfer is complete.
So they had one for each movie.
There you go. I was looking for a Stranger Things actor. I'm not going to lie. I really was. It
would have been,
Yeah.
Everything together.
Like this, not someone, like, I guess that is someone not as recognizable that's there. So I guess you could have thrown Samwise Gamgee in there for a bit, you know, just like a little pig farmer or something like that. But yeah, let's get into our spoiler talk here for Fear Street Part 3 in 1966. That is your first spoiler warning again. We are getting into our spoiler review, our spoiler section of Fear Street Part 3, 1666, and technically a part 4 in a way, but excited. Yeah. So now we can just kind of talk about everything. So good becomes evil.
Good is bad.
Good is bad. Good is evil.
Good is bad. I was like, I see what you did there.
It was definitely a surprise twist. Like, I kind of wish they would have set it up more in the first one because he was in it, but he wasn't in it.
Yes, I 100% agree with you. I do.
I feel like, I do agree with that. And I'm trying to figure out, like, was it there more? Because I've only seen the first one once.
From what I remember, he was in like one scene.
Yeah, like when they were
at the hospital.
Yeah, when they were doing the montage like through like the first two, I was like, oh my God, I missed that. And I missed that. And I missed that. Like I missed a whole bunch of things that they kind of pieced together because they were just maybe smaller things that I wasn't paying attention to, which usually happens, but I pick up on it. But with these ones, I didn't really pick up on it. But yeah, I liked the twist. I thought it was really good. I was shook. I was like,
pun intended.
I was shook. I was like, this is why they hate women. And I was like, wow, they really framed a woman because
they really framed her.
I was like, because you don't want her to love another woman. Like, wow, thanks guys. So,
and it's like back then it was very, I mean, obviously the whole witchcraft thing, or what was it, like if they tied like a brick to your foot or something, if you sank, you were human, if you floated, you were a witch. And I was like, okay, no logic there whatsoever, but it really does show, like, I mean, the ignorance of that time and everyone just not being as developed and not having the knowledge that we have. And obviously not even with the technology, it's just, it seemed that Solomon was the only one like, okay, yeah, like I believe you, this is crazy, but we'll get into it in a second. But yeah, it was crazy how they kind of just, they framed her, and I didn't think they were going to go that route whatsoever. And I wonder if they kind of kept it more of a secret where it's like, oh, like, it was the good family like the entire time. So as if it wasn't as like obvious trying to figure out within like the first two movies. I was like, well, maybe, because they do kind of do a few flashbacks later on, like when they do the reveal and you kind of pick up in small lines. It's like, oh, that's what he meant by X, Y, and Z. So maybe on a rewatch, it'll make more sense. But I do agree to Devin's point.
It's just weird because in the second one, it's a different actor, obviously, the younger version of him. So it's not like when I see his older face, I don't really recognize him right away. Because they didn't set it up.
That's true. That's true.
They tried. They tried.
Yeah, no, they really, really did. But yeah, it just really, man, it sucks. I was like, I really felt for Sarah Fier. I actually did, because, even not even just witchcraft, like they kind of viewed, the lesbian, the homo, like everything as sin. Like they kind of just blamed it as like, oh, that like the devil has like penetrated your mind, and there's a plague coming onto the land. If you do one bad deed, then like the entire village suffers. And we did see a lot of that. There were some pretty disturbing images, especially during the beginning with the pig. I was like, oh, she just
that was
there's animal and child murder in this one.
That scene was fantastic. I actually love that scene. Just, it was so subtle and slow. I love the pacing of that reveal. It was awesome.
Yeah, so cool. It was. I was like, oh God, like I knew the kids were dead, but I was like, how did they die? I was like, oh wow, they don't have eyeballs anymore.
I didn't realize it was all the kids until the camera turned on them.
Oh shit, really?
Poor Sadie Sink.
I know. She couldn't stand a chance. That's it.
I mean, she was in it for like a split second. She had that nice little scare-esque moment there, but it was nice that the rest of the cast was there to kind of just fill out the crowd. But I wanted to turn over to Amanda for her to have a chance to speak about anything spoilers, anything comes to mind. We can talk about anything you want.
Oh wow! No, I think we covered it. I think the reveal, like we said, it worked, but it also didn't because of consistency. But spoiler wise, I really liked how everything unraveled and they showed like going back. That's why if you kind of watch it like 3, 2, 1. And watch that in order, maybe that'll help people. I don't know if that would work as well, or like 1, 3, 2, maybe. Actually, that could work too if you watch it that way ish.
1, 3, 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Because then
yeah.
Because then you find out about C. Berman and then you watch the second one last to kind of see how that happens to, I don't know if you want to do it that way, but 1 and 3 are essential viewing. The second one is just for fun.
That is,
look at it.
that is very, very true.
Yeah.
But I guess so. Moving away from the 1666 part, we go back.
Please.
Wow. Oh, Devin's always quiet. So moving away from the 1666 part, we go back to 1994, part 2.
I felt at home.
I did not expect that whatsoever.
That was cool.
I was like, oh, like the cut was kind of just like there, but like I do like how, in really quick, how Sarah lost her hands was. I was that was pretty gruesome.
Shoot, I forgot about that. There's just breaking. Oh my god, I can show you guys because we're on cam, but I was like, ow, it hurts.
And it's like almost every single. And before we get into 1994, I promise, Devin, really, really quick. The way how like the story was told in present day to how it actually happened, like she did emerge from the part of the house or whatever, and she kind of cracked the floorboard and kind of see where that is in the mall area, and how it's like, oh well, this is how it happened present day, or this is how it's told, but like this is how it actually happened, and this is how she lost her hand. But I feel like with everything with Solomon, him being like a devil worshiper and that being carried down with a good name, and I feel like I wanted to kind of explain this just so kind of fill in the gaps there a little bit. It still felt like Sarah like put a curse on him that unbeknownst like kind of put on the rest of the town, not just his family, because she never really made a deal with the devil.
Right.
So it was like,
So I think
it was interesting.
It's like spirits linking.
Yeah.
So she kind of put a hex on him without actually knowing that she put a hex on him, because maybe like he was that strong that kind of power could be projected. Maybe I don't know what the logistics are, but like I don't know. I don't know either. But yeah, it's nice how it's like she wasn't necessarily haunting the town. She was trying to show people that she was framed and what happens. And I just felt like that was really important to bring up before we get into 1994 part 2, because I really did like that. Same.
And it was crazy, like even with her partner, she saves her partner's life, and it's like, it's just going to be me, because like for a second I'm like, okay, well, everyone's just blaming Sarah, like what happened, but it really just did a great job of kind of just, I don't know, like just subverting my expectations. I was like waiting until like she's like, oh, I'm going to make a deal with the devil. Like she actually says it, but then she never really does it. But like you said, she unbeknownst kind of makes a curse on him and his family and whatnot. But I just thought that was really, really interesting. But yeah, that hand scene, I was like, oh, okay. That's how she lost the hand. That's how she lost the hand. I was like, whew.
I also found it interesting that Nick Good, like he has a deal with the devil where he can have anything he wants, and he just wants to be a sheriff in this town. Like that's it.
Like, that's
you can come up with more than that.
Anything else, like literally anything. $1 million.
I was just about to say it. You took the words right out of my mouth. Literally.
It's like there's so many things in this world that you could have. And
like you're choosing to be a sheriff in a town that's next to a cursed town. Like you're putting yourself in danger.
I don't know.
I'd be on a jet to like freaking, I don't know, somewhere else, Fiji. if I
like you chose to stay in the same crap town.
Like
I guess it was like for him, it's more like he was essentially protected.
The family legacy.
Yeah, because in really quick, one more thing before we get into 1994 part 2. Obviously, the writing on the wall, like how all that happened. So it wasn't Sarah Fier. It was the way that people got possessed was through one of Solomon's ancestors, kind of just, I guess, what was it? Like they had to kill like at least one person for the devil.
Well, they chose one person, then that person killed other people, and then the devil was fed their blood, I guess.
Okay. Yeah.
Fun times.
Fun times. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So now, sorry, Devin. Let's go into the 1994 part 2 part. And I guess I'll let Devin take it away because I know this. It was definitely more enjoyable. I just really like the origin stuff of showing how with everything in Sarah Fier, but it was a nice breath of fresh air because I was worried that we are going to get too much of 1666.
Yes, I was definitely scared. Not the good scared.
But yeah, Devin, let's start with you. Give us your thoughts on part 2 of 1994.
It's kind of weird, but I think I really like my boy Martin the most. Like, I just love that they paid that off from the first one. He slips him his little business card, the janitor of the mall, and then he just shows up at his house. He's like, "Hey, you want to kill the sheriff?" He's like, "All right."
It was so
I just love that.
Their little rivalry him and the sheriff have, him constantly getting in trouble and getting arrested and whatnot, and it being the sheriff that's like planting stuff. Yeah, like I didn't expect that. The good family was more just like, it's weird how how did Dina say it? She was like, oh, like it's kind of like with the deal with the devil where good gets everything he wants. And it's kind of like Shadyside like just continues to be crappy while Sunnyvale thrives. And it's like I kind of like that, like give one, take away from the other type. There's no like equivalent exchange, I guess, in a way. But I really did enjoy the second part.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. Usually the deal with the devil, you kind of something gets taken away from you. Not everything benefits you, like for this guy.
Didn't they say like his cousin was mayor, or was that? Well, we later find
his
out
brother.
His brother or something. Yeah, became mayor too in another town,
quote unquote. But it was the same person, right? Wasn't it?
No.
Because towards the end, they saw there was like the connection between Sunnyvale and Shadyside when they like towards the end with Sam and Dina when they oh my god, I forgot what part of the house they were in. But it like lures into like this super nice like house, and I thought that was Sunny. I thought that was Sunnyside.
Yeah, Sunnyvale.
Vale. Sorry, Sunnyvale. Yeah.
Yeah, they were in
too confusing.
Nick Good's house, and I think his neighbor was the mayor or something.
I guess
and he gets hit by the car at the end.
That was so awesome. It's like, and the curse sets in.
It was perfect.
Yeah. But Amanda, give us your thoughts about part 2 of 1994.
I like the neon lighting.
It's a lot of neon lighting. Yeah.
I really love that we went back to the mall where like everything started, and I like that they had the water guns filled with the fake blood, whatever blood that they had.
It was Nina's blood, right?
A mixture.
Okay, someone's blood, and then it was a mixture of something else, like the
to make it green.
Yes, that's what it was. I don't know what I'm saying, but there was a color, the color dye, and then Nina's blood, and they were like shooting the other beings that were like possessed or whatever. They all came back to one room.
Like battle royale they had amongst each other.
That was
so
awesome.
Sick. It was so cool. They were so smart. Like that was also like such a smart move on their part to like lock them in and then bring them out into like a death match in the center of the mall. Like I love that. That was really interesting. But then for me, when we got out of the mall, that's where I was kind of like, well, is it going to end soon? Like, are we going to like get to the ending a bit faster? And it was, again, there was like a bit slow for me, but I still had fun watching it. It's just that death match. And like, that was just awesome for me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it had a solid ending too. I love what they did with Sarah Fier's like burial ground. They kind of carved that she's like the original like Shadysider, I think. Yeah. So I thought that was nice, and they kind of just made her feel at home. After she,
peace be with you, spirit.
literally. So I like that, and you know, the ending that we may get a part 4. That was just like, oh my god, they're gonna do.
No one took the book. Who took the book?
Like, who did this? So I'm like, can we get a 4, 5, and 6 rollout in October? Because if they have that set up and they didn't announce it, that'd be
we need to go through R.L. Stein's like his entire like backlog to see like if there is more to the story.
He's not just Goosebumps, I guess. There's more to the man.
Yeah.
He's
So Fear
so
Street isn't
awesome.
a part of Goosebumps. Yeah, that's
Right?
what I thought. Yeah.
Separate.
I'd never heard of Fear Street until this, but
Same. I didn't even know it
Same.
was the same author until you just said that. I had no idea.
Yeah, and I think when Dina protects herself, I think all those books, I think those were R.L. Stein's books or Fear Street books.
yeah, I think that might have been
Maybe,
it.
yeah.
I think
That's
I
cool too.
thought I caught a glimpse, so I have to check through heavy spoilers if he if he reviews it on his channel. But yeah, I really liked part 2 of 1994, which was leading up, and it was just so. It was nice to kind of it was nice to get back to, okay, we've been in the past essentially for like 1.5 movies.
Mhm.
So now it's kind of time to get back to
Bring it back.
Yeah, bring it all back. And Sam, possessive Sam.
I actually
running
have a question about that.
What's up?
I wasn't sure why Sam didn't like get dusted like the others. Because wasn't she possessed the same way that the other killers were?
So she was, she was, because she died and they brought her back to life. So I don't know if that makes a difference.
I don't know.
I really don't know, because
But they killed good. Like that's what broke
Because-
the curse, no? Because
Yeah.
the legacy's done. So then whatever possession or whatever happened to Samantha or the next person that would have been possessed is like that's automatically broken. So
because she was possessed after she was brought back to life. She wasn't possessed prior. And so
Right.
I guess Good, Sheriff Good kind of, wrote her name on the wall.
mhm.
So I guess that, I really don't know.
I guess the possession rules just aren't completely laid out.
They're more like guidelines anyway.
They're loose.
I mean, it'd be really cool if they actually thought everything out. Like, I'm sure there's things in the books they didn't put into the films, but I mean, they filmed this all back to back to back, and that's why they were able to release them, week to week. And I really did enjoy I enjoyed it a lot.
Same.
Like I said, I've never really been a fan of slasher films, but this is something I can see myself watching, even though I don't like Halloween either. This
We have to change this.
more of a Christmas guy. Thanksgiving, let's go. Football season.
Thanksgiving over Halloween? Come on. Come
No
on.
way. No way.
Yeah, man, Black Friday. Yeah.
No one likes Black Friday.
It's
do.
all about Cyber Monday, my guy.
Yeah.
Come on. See,
Which-
Devin knows.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Stay at home.
Yeah. Stay-
Don't ruin people's Thanksgiving that we have to work in those places.
Exactly.
Dude, that was the worst. Working
crazy
at Nike.
pants.
Oh my god.
No, I used to
It
work,
was-
I think Bath and Body Works that Black Friday sale.
Oh no. That's all Karens do.
I had to leave. I had to go to work, leave, and come back. I was like, "What is this? This is
A
not."
shit show.
It was I had maybe 3-4 hours to eat dinner with my family for Thanksgiving.
That's terrible.
Then I had to be back, but I was like, "This is." I mean, I got paid for it, so that's all I care about. But anyway, sorry, got a little bit off track. There, yeah. So for part 2 of 1994, I really like the slasher death match. The fact that Ziggy kind of gets her revenge in a way, and you kind of see her a little pissed off because it's it makes sense. And we kind of talked about that in the last show where Ziggy's like, oh, it's all real, and he's like, oh, I believe you. It's like, well, of course you believe me. You're the one causing all of this. And he's like, oh, I don't know, man.
Did we get any closure for her? I don't remember. Because the other characters got their send-offs at the end. Did Ziggy get anything?
I bet. Well, maybe she's the one who took the book.
That could be true.
Wait, didn't she give the other book to the nurse?
Oh,
yeah, she did.
Yeah,
She
that's
did.
what it was.
Yeah. Because it was one book that she had. I think there's another book that Dina kind of just left lying around.
I think that was the book from.
So maybe it's that
Part
nurse
2.
that snatched up the book at the end.
She's like, I must collect them all and see what happens.
No. Yeah, it's. Yeah, because I think the book that Ziggy gave the nurse was the same book from 1978.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
different. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm curious to see who snatched up the book at the end, because they were like leading up to that. They're like, oh, it's almost over. But I really like how, they tied everything up pretty much in a nice little bow for the most part. Like I was just,
and I love the moment with Josh at the end where he meets his online little friend.
Oh my god!
Cute. Oh my god.
They had to be setting up for more, because that was awesome. He was like,
so
"What
cute.
the?"
Like, oh my god, it was cute. I loved it.
He was like, "Son of a."
Nah.
Like his face was priceless. He's like, "Oh my god, it's her, it's her."
I wonder if she knew it was him.
Maybe.
Did you guys think he was gonna die? Because I thought he was going to.
When he broke his arm, I was like, "Is that his neck? Is he dead?"
Yeah, I thought it was his neck. He's like, "Oh, my arm." I'm like, that didn't look like your arm, but
no, I think he would have made. I was thinking he would have made it. I don't know why. I just think that the conventions for this like group of people is completely different than what we've seen in other horror films. Kind of like I think that they kind of flipped the switch with a lot of like typical stereotypes, and I think that's why it worked for a lot of audiences.
Yeah, that is very, very true. So have you guys recommended this trilogy to anyone?
Yeah.
I'll have you, Devin. Your family?
I'm the horror guy, so I gotta spread the love. Spread the horror.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Yeah, I've told people at work. And then again, like I said, one of my friends, she's just not into it, but I think that's about it. I'm trying to get more people into it, because like it's just, even if you're not like a horror person, like not saying that like you don't like horror, or like this is someone who doesn't really like movies all that well. I think this is something that you can kind of like sit down and like watch with like friends, or I guess you can watch it with family, and like honestly just you can pretty much make it through like majority of Halloween with it too. Kind of do like one each week if you really wanted to do something like that. I know a lot of people binge Stranger Things throughout the holiday. I'm not the holiday season. Sorry,
it is a holiday. I don't care what you say.
It's the start of holiday season.
No, sir.
Yeah, it is. It starts in September. Spooky season starts in September. It runs through October. And then we have Christmas in November to December.
Well, Christmas starts the day after Thanksgiving.
Well, we started earlier in this house, and we started the day after Halloween. So
honestly, I'm not mad about that.
Yeah. I think everyone should. We should get 2 months for both. So
I mean, we could just cut October out. I can still have these scary movies.
No,
we can just get to the best part of the year.
October
super fast.
Means October is the best part of the year. It is. You have pumpkin pie. You
31
have autumn
days.
Colors.
The best weather.
Yes,
31.
the best weather. Devin, yes. Oh my God. Yes, it's the best weather.
The weather stays consistent between October and November.
No, it doesn't. It snows on November 1st.
You're down there in Nashville, buddy.
Yeah.
It's
What are you talking about? Nah. Doesn't work. Autumn weather, pumpkin pie, freaking hay rides.
Pumpkin pie, not sweet potato pie. So you did choose pumpkin pie.
Pumpkin pie is my favorite. I love pumpkin pie.
I'm just joking.
Pumpkin pie, yeah.
Yay!
Oh,
yes!
I do not enjoy sweet potatoes at all.
Oh, you're killing me right now.
Yes.
I don't hate pumpkin pie. I just like if there's a pumpkin and sweet potato pie in front of me, I'm gonna go for the sweet potato first.
Who does that?
I do.
I do. Who cares?
There's a lot of us sweet potato pie lovers out there. I'm telling you, it's so good. But apple pie above everything else, honestly.
Apple,
for me,
pumpkin pie.
Yes.
Whoa! Oh my God! As long as there's ice cream and the apple pie is warmed up, I'm golden. But that's
I'm fine with shopping pie altogether, to be honest.
Are you
just
more
give me a cake or a cookie?
I was just about to say, are you like a cake person?
Yeah.
Or you're like a cheesecake person?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Cheesecake.
Would you guys ever recommend a cheesecake for your birthday? over like a normal like sheet cake.
It's a bit hefty. It's a bit heavier for all the people.
I usually do ice cream cake because I'm born in June. So I do a summer birthday.
See, I do ice cream cake. Well, I recommend it every year because it is my favorite.
The best.
But yeah, even though I was born in the spring, which is
it's still like good enough.
Yeah,
spring, summer, as long as it's not winter and it's an ice cream cake. So
yeah. So all ingredients, sweet potato pie over pumpkin pie, and October should just be removed from the calendar. It's that simple.
Shame.
Only one person said that. I just want everyone to know, whoever's listening, one person said that.
No, I'm gonna get Leigh on this podcast one.
He's not gonna agree with you. He won't agree with you.
He'll agree with me about the sweet potato pie for sure.
Maybe.
It'll be 2-2 regardless, but Leo's on our side. So,
well,
sorry.
I gotta find someone else then. But
sorry.
Wow,
I don't think you'll be able to. It's gonna be all pumpkin pie. But good luck, Christian, in your quest.
Well, okay, what is so great about pumpkin pie? This is what I'm trying to like. I like it.
It tastes good,
but it's not my go-to. Like if someone offered, I'm like, oh, thanks, I'll eat it. But
I could eat an entire pie by myself. That's how
honestly, I could eat any pie. Well, besides
so
pecan
good.
because I'm allergic. But
Oh, no.
I could probably.
I mean, you could, but it's a little risky.
Little risque.
It's a little risky. Oh god.
Oh man, but yes. I guess going back to 1994. Was there anything else you guys wanted to touch on that we haven't really talked about before we get it? We get into our scores.
I think I said everything. Yeah.
All right, Devin.
Yeah,
you good?
we covered it.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess I'll point this over to Amanda. What would you give? Like, we'll just see. We'll say Fear Street Part 3, 1666, just overall. So we're that's not too confusing.
It'd be so much easier to split them in half.
All right.
But that doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't. But it's okay. I'm sitting at like a 2.5.
The conclusion.
I'm sitting at a 2.5 out of 5 or a 3 out of 5. I still like part 2 the best, but I'm sorry.
Amanda, that's strike one.
It's always strike one when I give my score. God, okay.
All right, so 2.5 for just overall between both parts.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that kills me. All right,
I'm sorry.
just rip off the Band-Aid, Devin. I don't know what you're gonna say. But.
I'm gonna go with the 60. Like the second half had to boost it up like a fair amount, but the first half I was really, really worried.
Okay, so that's how I felt about Gunpowder Machine, or not Gunpowder Machine, Gunpowder Milkshake.
That is like so rude and disrespectful to the women. I'm joking.
Oh my god! And that concludes today's part. I'm gonna give part 3. I'm gonna give it a. I was going back and forth. It's in the like. I'm going to give it a B-. I feel like that's fair because because like I said, the issues that I had, I really wish they would have used the actual Sarah Fier actor over Dina, just to add a little bit more realism, and then the Irish accents.
It's just
why don't you try one?
I can't. I'm too giddy right now. I will vomit.
I can't do it either.
You're like I don't know. It's weird because like if I try to do it, I just revert to like a British accent, which is not the same thing. You said it's the same.
No, I'm saying like I do the exact same thing. Like
it's like, I talk in the morning to you, and then it
goes British. It happens. The British accent's easy.
It is, but it also proves that. Well, I think Dean, the girl who plays Dina, she's actually Canadian. Yeah, looked her up on IMDb. So,
good time.
But I would say that like just like I guess like American or just like English American and like Canadian actors, like when it comes to British accents, or we're not that good at it. We're really not, unless you're Emma Stone, we're not that good at it. But she's good, but she's not the best.
She also dropped it like a bit in Cruella, I think. Just a bit.
I was talking about The Favorite. The Favorite, she was on
I forgot about that. Yeah, she was on point. She was.
But yeah, I do agree with Cruella. Yeah, but it's so easy for like British actors to have like these standardization, like English, like Americanized.
It makes sense though, because they're watching all the American movies and they
so they
have more, because we don't really watch British movies as much as they would watch Hollywood movies.
Mm-hmm.
If only. Yeah, but yeah, I do agree there. But yeah, a B- from me, so that would be, I don't know, a 83.
Don't do the math.
84? I don't know. Because
Okay.
now I had to figure out again how to score this on Letterboxd. I guess it would be like
that's why
3.5, 3 stars.
For you, it would be 3.5 out of 5.
3.5?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Because I'm sitting at a 2.5. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, I was so excited to see it. Like I really did enjoy it though, because I need to watch everything all together again and just enjoy it for what it is. So yeah, that's pretty much concludes our review of Fear Street Part 3, 1666. And again, thank you so much, Amanda, for coming on last minute. I didn't really expect any I didn't expect to like do this today. I was like, well, maybe we can, I don't know. And I'm like, well, it's kind of last minute. Gunpowder Milkshake's already out, so I really don't know what people are doing. But and of course, Devin, as always, thank you for coming on to co-host. Well, he kind of has to be here, but
don't you forget it.
But before we kind of close out here, I wanted to take a second to give Amanda the spotlight to let everyone know what's coming up on her end and where they can find her on the internet.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. This is fun. So much fun, as per usual. I love Fear Street, and we love Fear Street, and we're going to keep watching it and recommending it. You guys can always find me over at AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. I will have my Loki reviews on multiple platforms out tomorrow as fast as I can. There's already spoilers on the internet, BT dubs.
Oh no.
So the episode dropped early. So
did it really? Yeah. Well, because this isn't. So I guess by the time this is out for the listeners, all of your Loki stuff will be out, because the embargo for this drops on Friday at like midnight.
Sorry.
Pacific.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, exactly. No, you're fine. You're good.
Saying, I was just giving you guys the information. But yeah, my Loki stuff will be up, and you guys can check out my website, candidxcinema.com, and my YouTube, Candid Cinema. Thanks for having me on, guys.
No problem. It's always a pleasure. And you can find us again over on Twitter and Instagram at Film Optix. That is Optix with an X. By the time this is out for us, our Loki season finale review will be up. So definitely check that out. And go check out our part 1 and part 2 reviews of the Fear Street trilogy. Let us know what you think in the review section down below, where you can leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcasts. There's so many directories out there. It's insane. But so by the time this is out, our Gunpowder Milkshake review will be dropping on Tuesday or Monday or Tuesday next week. Tuesday next week. I think that's what I put online. I can't honestly remember. It has been such a long day. Yeah. Let me just see if I can find that information really quick. Yeah. So on the 19th is when so Monday. So Monday, July 19th.
The struggle.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Is when our Gunpowder Milkshake review will be dropping. Devin will be kind of moving, so we're kind of trying to stack up as many reviews as we can. No word on Space Jam just yet. We'll have to figure it out. I'm assuming that we will. It may not just be like the weekend that it comes out, but it's okay because it's our podcast and we can do whatever we want here. So that's the beauty of having your own platform. So with that said, again, thank you guys again so much for coming on to the podcast. And I don't think I'm missing anything else. So I guess I'll just close this out. You guys have a good night. And that's a wrap for today. Thank you all for listening. And if you enjoy the show, we greatly appreciate it if you can leave us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts and follow us on Twitter at Film Optix. That is Optix with an X to stay in the know. That was Devin. My name is Christian, and we'll see you guys in the next one.